the most outlandish production you've been in?
Well, I just did one in Hamburg. I did my debut in Hamburg in January. And that was really fun. I don't remember who the stage directors were, but it won some kind of a prize when it was debuted 2 years ago, and then I stepped into it's a repertoire house, and so you get maybe 5 days of rehearsal, and then you go into the performances. Very complicated. It had a lot of extras, a lot of dancers on roller skates. It was kind of, yeah, no, it was, I mean, when I first heard about it, I was like, oh no, not like that. But it ended up actually being one of my favorite productions because it was set kind of in a 1950s kind of movie, futuristic kind of movie thing, like The Land of the Lost or something like that, you know? And so you had all of these kind of space or future references as viewed from the 1950s. So kind of, I don't know how to explain it any better, but anyway, it was really fun. And one of my favorite moments was I had kind of an Olivia Newton-John like bodysuit for the last.
Of course you did.
I felt like Kylie Minogue. It was awesome. And I didn't have to go on roller skates. That was my big.
So what's your actual favorite moment in the opera?
There are a couple. I really like, I mean, we did it a little bit more comically this time. E sarà mia vendetta, il loro perdono. My revenge on them will be to pardon them. So in this, it's a little bit more comic, but I do like that moment because after all, she's been battered and mistreated, and she still wants to see the best in other people. And so I was somebody, I don't remember even who brought this up for the first time, but they said, you know, don't you think she's kind of a little bit passive-aggressive? So I don't think they really had passive aggressivity back in that time, but at least not the words, but I mean, the terminology. But I really don't think so. I think she's really altruistic, and I myself as a person have learned a lot from her. Not to go into negativity, even if, you know, even if there's negative energy or something, just let it go and believe that they will have an opportunity to make a different choice the next time.
Well, I mean, I think, you know, people think of this is Cinderella, etc., etc., but I think that what Rossini did with his librettos was make such a much more profound human statement about people. Because of Angelina's ability to rise above that. And so what is, you know, in one hand just a fireworks wonderful display aria is also one of the most wonderful expressions of human forgiveness.
And there are some stage directors who don't want the father and the two sisters to make peace with her at the end. No. And the aria is much more difficult to sing then. Yeah. Because I need to have that flow of energy between people in order for me to let it go, you know? But I think one of the influences, one of the strongest influences in the way that I developed the character was I had the videotape of Frederica von Stade in the Pannell production from La Scala when I was growing up, and she just has this energy that she just glows. She just emanates goodness and wonderful vibes, and so that was my first impression of Cenerentola Rossini, was that energy from her.
I think you're the only other Angelina who radiates the same kind of gloriousness. So.